Hi everybody, have a wonderful day. In this video talk about the best fast chargers. Subscribe our InfoRx channel and follow our social media pages. It helps to your tech life. Come to the topic. Getting a power adapter with your new smartphone is a thing of the past. That means getting the right fast charger for your new iPhone or Android device that supports USB-C charging is crucial, especially if you want to use it with more than just your phone. So to help sort out the confusion, I gathered 14 different chargers from a range of brands and tested each one with 5 different devices to find out which one is the best fast charger. Anker Nano Charger. Best 30-watt charger, $20 at Amazon. Anker 735 Charger GAN Prime 65W. Best 65-watt charger, $60 at Amazon. Razer USB-C 130W GAN Charger. Best 100-watt and up charger, $160 at Amazon. How we tested. The methodology for my fast charging experiment is intended to be as straightforward as possible. I drained each device to 10% battery, plugged in a power brick and then recorded the amount of charge added every 10 minutes for an hour. Each adapter was plugged directly into a standard 120-volt outlet, without the use of a power strip or any extension cords, and when possible I used the cable that either came included with the battery charger or one made by the same manufacturer as the device. If that wasn't an option, I used certified 100-watt USB-C cables made by Anker, Apple and others. Because the charging rate for devices varies depending on how much juice you have, I wanted to measure how well each adapter was able to match each gadget's optimal charging speed. Generally, charging is slower between 0 and 20% before speeds ramp up until the battery hits 80%, at which point things slow down again to protect and preserve the health and longevity of the power cell. For charging stations with multiple ports, I always selected the port with the highest power output while also not having multiple devices connected. The 5 devices we used to test the chargers are the iPhone 13, a Galaxy S22 Ultra, a Nintendo Switch, a launch model from 2017, a 2021 Dell XPS 13 and a 16-inch M1 Max MacBook Pro. As for the devices themselves, I selected an Apple iPhone 13, a Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, a Nintendo Switch, a launch model from 2017, a 2021 Dell XPS 13 and a 16-inch M1 Max MacBook Pro. This assortment was chosen to cover a wide range of power draws from 20 watts, iPhone 13, all the way up to 140 watts, M1 Max MVP. Also, every system was tested while idle, i.e. no additional apps or games running, in order to ensure consistent results. One important thing to note is that while the USB Implementers Forum has approved support for USB power delivery, USB PD, charging at up to 240 watts, adapters that actually support that power output don't exist yet. Additionally, while there are a handful of cables that can handle more than 100 watts of juice, they are somewhat rare or hard to get. Chargers we tested. With so many different chargers of varying power outputs to test, I broke things down into 3 categories. There are the 30-watt and under chargers, which are primarily designed for smartphones and other small mobile devices. Then we move up to 45 to 65-watt chargers, give or take a watt or two, that can handle things like phones along with a number of thin and light laptops. Finally, we have chargers that output 100 watts or more, which are good for pretty much anything besides the biggest and most power-hungry gaming laptops. Many of these higher wattage adapters also feature multiple ports, so can you top up additional devices at full speed. However, because not every power brick supports multi-device charging, I didn't include that as a testing metric. You can see a full list of the chargers we tested below. Apple 20W charger, $20. Anker 711 Nano 230W charger, $30. Google 30W USB-C power charger, $25. Satechi 30W USB-C PD GAN wall charger, $30. Samsung 45W USB-C fast charging wall charger, $50. Belkin 60W USB-C PD GAN wall charger, $50. Nectec 60W USB-C GAN charger, $40. Anker 735 Nano 265W charger, $50. Samsung 65W Trio adapter, $60. Satechi 66W USB-C 3-port GAN wall charger, $55. Satechi 100W USB PD wall charger, $80. Belkin 108W 4-port GAN charger, $90. Razer USB-C 130W GAN charger, $180. Apple 140W USB-C power adapter, $100. Best 30-watt charger, Anker Nano. Anker Nano charger. Best 30-watt charger. Number of ports, 1. Ports, USB-C. Dimensions, 1.12 by 1.12 by 1.39 inches. Compatibility, phones, tablets, laptops, limited. $20 at Amazon. When it comes to charging small devices, 30 watts is by far the most popular as it covers most cell phones along with some larger devices like the Nintendo Switch. In our testing, all of the 30-watt chargers performed equally well, with each one able to get the iPhone to around 80% battery charge in less than an hour while also completely refilling the Galaxy phone in 60 minutes. However, as you can see, these smaller, low-wattage bricks struggle to refill both the XP S13 and especially the MacBook Pro. Yes, you can do it, but it's rather sluggish. The XP S13 even surfaced a slow charger notification, and because I tested each device while idle, there's a good chance these chargers may not be able to keep these laptops topped up while under load. However, the one thing that sticks out is the performance of Apple's 20-watt brick, whose lower output caused it to lag behind. Every other adapter provided faster charging. While it was able to keep up with rival devices when refilling the iPhone, its wattage is so low it couldn't even trickle charge the XP S13. Dell's power management did not even recognize that a charger was plugged in. That means this adapter is much less useful if you need to quick charge more power-hungry gadgets in a pinch. And I should mention I didn't bother testing the old 15-watt Apple Power Cubes, which can't even support the iPhone's full 20-watt charging speeds. Anyone still using one of those really ought to upgrade. If all you want is a power brick to keep small devices powered up, our choice for best charger is clear, the Anker Nano. Not only did it deliver the best speeds in its class, but it's also the smallest, which makes it super easy for it to disappear in a bag. The one we tested, the Anker 711 charger, is an older model at this point, but you should get the same performance from the latest version, the 30W Nano 3. Best 65-watt charger, Anker 735 GAN Prime. Anker 735 charger GAN Prime 65W. Best 65-watt charger. Number of ports, 3. Ports, 2x USB-C 1x USB-A. Dimensions, 2.6 by 1.51 by 1.15 inches. Compatibility, phones, tablets, laptops. $60 at Amazon. Here's where things start to get interesting because while a number of these chargers have similar power outputs, aside from the Samsung 45-watt brick, of course, the actual results were a bit more varied. Both the Nectec and the Belkin only managed to get the Galaxy phone to around 80% battery after an hour, compared to the Anker, Samsung and Satechi chargers which all hit 100. This suggests that both chargers aren't properly communicating with Samsung's phone in order to take advantage of its 45-watt charging speeds, which I was able to confirm by using a USB-C voltmeter. Meanwhile, as expected, Samsung's 45-watt charger did great when connected to the Galaxy handset, but its lower output meant it could not keep up with the 60 and 65-watt bricks. Anker once again takes the crown for our favorite 60-watt charger with the 735 middle, because even though it's a bit more expensive than the Nectec, it's smaller, has more ports, and features wider compatibility with more devices like the S22 Ultra. Somewhat surprisingly, every charger in this category performed well when hooked up to the XP S13, with each adapter finishing within 1% of each other, around 58%, after an hour. However, when it comes to the thirsty MacBook Pro, every extra watt makes a difference, with the Anker 735 and Samsung triple-port charger edging out the competition, even though they're still much slower than Apple's included brick. It's also telling that on the Belkin 60W, its fastest charging port actually denotes charging speeds of between 50 and 60 watts, which is why it couldn't quite keep up with the other 60-watt chargers I tested. As for picking a winner, Nectec's 60-watt brick is the cheapest while also being one of the few options that come with an included charging cable. However, with only a single charging port and sub-optimal compatibility with the Samsung phone, it's hard to fully recommend. For my money, I'd go with the Anker 735 as it's smaller, slightly faster and the same price as Samsung's 65W triple-port charger, while still offering a total of 3 USB ports, 2 USB-C and 1 USB-A. Best 100 watt and up charger, Razer USB-C 130W. Razer USB-C 130W GAN charger. Best 100 watt and up charger. Number of ports, 4 ports, 2x USB-C, 2x USB-A. Dimensions, 2.44 by 3.03 by 1.26 inches. Compatibility, phones, tablets, laptops. $160 at Amazon, $180 at Razer. For anyone considering a high-power USB-C fast charger, here's where it's important to pay attention to the fine print. While all of these bricks are listed at or above 100 watts, the primary charging ports on the Sateki and Belkin are actually capped at 90 or 96 watts. And that's before you consider multi-device charging, which splits the total output across the other ports with the ratio varying depending on the specific model. While Razer's 130-watt GAN charger, top middle, is the most expensive of the bunch at $180, it earned our pick as the best 100-watt or higher charger due to its more compact design, strong power output and the inclusion of useful extras like international outlet adapters and a braided 100-watt USB-C cord. During testing, all four had no issue topping up the smartphones, the Switch and the XPS 13, though once again Belkin's adapter couldn't fully recharge the Galaxy phone despite having more than enough wattage. On the flip side, while Razer's USB-C charger has a higher max output than either the Belkin or the Sateki, there wasn't much difference in charging speeds when connected to the MacBook Pro. And this isn't due to a lack of higher wattage cables, as both USB-C ports on the Razer brick are capped at a combined 100 watts. Meanwhile, as one of the rare 140-watt power adapters on the market, Apple's brick is super quick and did an expectedly great job of refilling the MacBook Pro. However, I should mention that it's the only power brick in this segment that comes with a single port, which kind of feels like a missed opportunity for the Apple ecosystem. So for anyone that wants a charger that can top up an ultra-portable laptop quickly while still having juice to spare, I prefer Razer's 130-watt GAN adapter. It's the best charger in this category, as well as the smallest and most expensive at $180. On top of that, it comes with 2 international wall adapters for UK and EU outlets and a braided 100-watt USB-C cable, all of which you don't get from any others in this category. Wrap up. Our top picks for the 3 power output ranges are the Anker 711, Anker 715 and the Razer 130-watt GAN charger. Obviously, there are a lot more than just 14 super fast chargers on the market, and sadly I don't have the time to test them all. These days, discharging a phone from 100% battery to dead can take upwards of 15 hours, so depending on the device, I can only test 1 power brick per day. Just gathering all this data took the better part of 2 months. And unfortunately, while I was running this test, Anker came out with a new generation of power adapters that I haven't had the chance to evaluate just yet. That said, there are still some important takeaways. First, in order to ensure optimal charging speeds, make sure your charger can supply the proper amount of power. Manufacturers typically list a device's max charging speeds, while power adapters clearly label their USB types and outputs. And when in doubt, you can look at the fine text on the charger itself, though you might have to do some math. Just remember, watts equals volts times amps. Furthermore, in the case of adapters with multiple ports, you'll check to see how its total wattage is split when connected to multiple devices. Then there are other factors like size and weight you'll want to consider, with newer gallium nitride adapters, GAN, often featuring more compact designs and better power efficiency. And if you're ever truly in doubt, you can simply opt for a fast charger made by the same company as your phone, laptop or other gadgets, something that's especially true for devices like the OnePlus 10T that feature speedy proprietary charging protocols. Thanks for watching this video. For more information touch with us. Which is your favorite charger? Comment below. Hi everybody.